welcome to the show. Today, we're diving into a groundbreaking initiative aimed at addressing one of the biggest hurdles facing first-time homebuyers: affordability. One United Bank, the largest Black-owned bank in America, is kicking off 2025 with the launch of its Lift Up Home Ownership Program. The program offers up to $50,000 in down payment assistance to help people of color achieve the dream of owning a new home or just a home. Period. We got you. Join us to
Oh,
discuss this incredible program. We got the one and only President Terry
yes.
Williams from One
Terry
United Bank.
Williams, thank you so much for joining us. We are so excited to have you here with us, especially coming from something that I am familiar with, which is banking, especially in serving underprivileged communities. We are so thankful to have you here with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Rick and Mia, this is just wonderful to talk about this initiative and just to be here on your program. So thank you.
Give us more information so the people that could actually benefit from a program like this.
Yeah. So first of all, this program is a program that is being offered by the Federal Home Loan Bank of Boston. They're the ones that are providing the down payment assistance. We are a member of the Federal Home Loan Bank, which is how we can offer this program. It is a program that does provide up to $50,000. We're offering it in the areas of Boston, Miami, and Los Angeles. So I know you have audience across the country. However, in terms of our footprint, our branches, and where we offer this home loan program, it is in the area around, Boston and surrounding area, Miami and surrounding area, and Los Angeles. But that's still a very big footprint. Let me also say that April 1st is when the actual program applications are due. So
Okay.
we're talking about this program now, but the applications are not due until April 1st. It is a first come, first serve, which is why we're talking about it now, because we recognize that it takes our community some time to get ready. And whether that means, there's a HUD, you have to take a HUD approved first time home buyers class, which is a great class, by the way. It's 8 hours, but if you take that class, it really does prepare you for buying a home. And I would recommend, whether it's this program or for any program, that your audience take a first time home buyers class.
Yes.
You also have to have found a home to buy. And when I say home, it could be a co-op, a condo, a single family, home, a townhouse. But you have to have found a home to buy and have your mortgage approved in order to get approved for this program. So those are some pretty important steps that, that need to be taken. But what we know is that there are a lot of our community, a lot of young people that are looking to, buy a home and really can't afford it because of the necessary down payment. And so this is to help them with this $50,000 down payment assistance to get into, their first home.
Terry, $50,000 is that's very generous. Let me ask
Yes.
you this. Why is home ownership such a critical piece in building generational wealth, especially for communities of color?
Yeah. It is actually usually, like, for 90% of America,
Hmm.
so that the number one asset that people own. There's a lot of talk about the stock market, but not everyone owns stock, not everyone has a 401k. But what most of Americans have, and particularly, majority of Americans, white Americans, what they
Mhm.
have is a home that they've purchased. Whereas for us, for the Black community, our home ownership rate is only 40%.
Mm.
And that's not due to totally us. Some of that is due to, in fact, I would say most of it is due to government policy back in the 60s that precluded us from buying a home. So, we were basically by law precluded from buying a home in the 60s. And a lot of those homes today are worth a lot of money. So
They are.
we're playing catch up. But
Yes.
that's okay. That's what we have to do. And this program is really designed to help us catch up.
Nice. And Terry, as the largest internet and Black owned bank, You guys are a pioneer. Do
Yeah.
you see yourself in that light?
We do. We see ourselves in that light, and we see ourselves as being a bank that really understands what families that maybe don't have a lot of means, that are low to moderate income families, families really need out of a bank. So I'm going to give you an example. We have the largest surcharge-free ATM network than any other bank in the country. You
Wow.
can go into a Walgreens or a 7-Eleven. You can go in really almost any retail outlet and take money from an ATM if you are
Nice.
a customer of ours for no charge. Now
That's
people say,
awesome.
okay, yes, exactly. People say, "Well, why is that important?" And what we find is that if you look in low to moderate income communities, whether they're Black, white, Hispanic, getting money, is costly.
It
Those
is.
those $3.50 every time you want to get some of your own money adds up. So
They
we
do.
really have looked at, getting paid 2 days early. Our customers, as opposed to getting paid on Friday, they get their paycheck on Wednesday. And it's not a loan. We're actually just giving you your money 2 days early. It's your
That is
Wow.
money.
awesome.
Yes. So these are the kind of programs, these are the kind of services that we offer, not just the Black community, but really all communities. And there are a lot of families that it really makes a big difference. We have a Cash Please program. It's a short-term small dollar loan program. People can avoid going to a check casher if they need extra money. This program can give you a loan in hours. And
Wow.
the rate is only 22% compared
Hmm.
to 300, 400% from a payday lender. So, I
Wow.
mean, our
That's
rate is
awesome.
lower than some, regular credit card rates. So we really have, so whether it's this down payment assistance program, whether it's, all these other services, we're really looking at banking. And Mia, you would know this,
Yes.
from the working in banking, we're really looking at the tools of banking in a way that really help communities that are really struggling, excuse me, to build wealth.
Yeah.
True.
Speaking of struggling, Terry, the LA wildfires, they have come,
Mhm.
they've gone, and people are still struggling with this right now. How do you see this program helping revitalize communities affected by natural disasters like this one?
Yeah, thank you for asking that. And yeah, we have an office in LA, we have staff, customers in LA, and we've been reaching out to them. Fortunately, most of them are not impacted directly by the struggles, but there is this area of Altadena, which is a historically Black community that was impacted. And our hope is that, our home loan programs will really be helpful in helping rebuild LA. We think, whether it's down payment assistance or really just helping our community understand the importance of home ownership. I say to people, even if you have to buy a hut, buy something, it may not be your dream home. In fact, it probably won't be your dream home, but get into, home ownership, and then over time, you'll be able to afford, a better home and eventually your dream home. So we hope that our promoting of this down payment assistance program, as well as just home ownership in general, will not only help, our community recover from the fires, but will also be a stepping stone to us, as I said, whether it's just buying something.
Yes.
It's a studio. You're out of
Yeah.
school, buy a studio as opposed, we got to be tired of paying rent. That's really the bottom line.
Yes.
Be tired of paying rent. We're tired. We're tired of paying rent. You need to be, paying a mortgage and building home equity.
And Terry, just segueing off of, like you said, buy something like even buying a home. And I know that you have many years in the experience of banking. Are you able to share with us one of your favorite success stories of programs similar to this program?
Yeah, I can tell you many success stories. I can tell you about people that have come into the bank and looked around and said, I've never been in a bank before. And they're
Yes.
like 50, 60 years old. And they said
Mm-hmm.
they've never felt welcomed before.
Yes.
I can tell you stories about people that have continuously taken out payday loans and then discovered our Cash Please program and really reduced the cost of, their needs, their short-term borrowing needs, dramatically. I can tell
Yeah.
you, this was just happened recently, and I have to find out where her application is. But there was a friend that was doing some canvassing for the recent election and met a woman who said that she didn't think any of the elected officials were focused on her.
Oh,
And
wow.
and the canvasser said, "What do you mean?" And she's like, "Well, I want to buy a home." And the canvasser referred her to us. And, I think she felt as though there wasn't a program for her, but she's now
Wow.
learning that there is.
Yes.
So, in the weirdest ways, people are getting introduced to who we are. In fact, that's
Yes.
one of the reasons that I really appreciate being part of your program, is because a lot of people still don't know that One United Bank exists, or that Black banks exist, or that CDFIs, we're a CDFI, Community Development Financial Institution. Our focus is on low to moderate income communities. That's everything we do. And so, but a lot of people don't know about us, and that these services exist, and that these services can help them build wealth. So I have story after story of people having this, for lack of a better term, awakening that
Yes,
there
that's a
are
great word.
financial, yeah, that there are financial institutions that are here for them. I mean, yes, there are a
Yeah.
lot of, wealth management, and big banks that are for big money. But there
Yes,
are banks like One United Bank that are here for people that are striving to have big money and will one day have big money.
absolutely.
Exactly. But right now, they need someone to help them with that first step. And that's what we're here for.
Terry, Mia, you've been in this business and you're the president of One United Bank. Personally, what does this initiative mean to you personally?
Yeah.
So talk about that for a second.
Yeah, absolutely. So it means a lot to me personally, because I understand what it's like to buy a first home. And I understand what it's like to believe that you can't own a home. I have family members who I have encouraged to buy a home that didn't believe it, and then have turned around and said to me, thank me, thank you, because I didn't believe I could do it. So this is personal to me. I am from, the communities that we serve. I lived at one point in, what we used to call the projects, and my parents bought, a home. And they struggled to save up for the down payment. I still remember, it's sort of weird. I remember the smell of the home when we
Wow.
walked in.
Wow.
Isn't that sort of weird,
It
like
is, yeah.
smell? When we first walked in, and, our parents like, hey, this is our new home. So I remember that. I also grew up in the segregated South, where we couldn't,
Wow.
buy on the other side of the railroad track. So yeah, this is personal to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
That is some really good information that you share with us. So this program offers $50,000 in down payment, and this Terry is on a first come first serve basis.
Yes,
They better hurry
you
up.
have to be ready by April 1st, which is why we're talking to you about it now. It is
Right.
first come, first serve. And I will also say that, because for some of your listeners that are in other cities, there are down payment assistance programs in every major city, or about every major city in the country.
Mhm.
So even if you are not, able to take advantage of our program, which if you're in Miami and Boston and LA, please, go to oneunited.com/first home, One United, ONE, united.com/first home to get information about the program. But if you're not in Boston, Miami, or LA, definitely, contact your elected officials, contact your Chamber of Commerce, contact, the Urban League. There are all kinds of down payment assistance programs. Just believe that you can own a home. That's the first hurdle we have to get over as a community. Please believe that you can do it, and that there are programs here to help you, whether it's Lift Up or other programs. There are
Per-
programs here to help you.
Now, if they can get if they need more information, what do we go, Terry?
Yep. One United, ONE, united.com/first home. That's information on the program. We have FAQs that give you all the details. We also have other down payment assistance programs. This one is for people of color. we also participate in down payment assistance programs that aren't just for people of color. So whether you're Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, I mean, we have programs for everyone. So go to
Yay.
oneunited.com/first home to learn about the Lift Up program, which is for people of color. But there are other programs also for others. And again, believe that you can own a home.
I love it, y'all. Keep dreaming, keep building. It's the
Yes.
President Terry Williams, One United Bank. Thank you, Terry.
Yay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you both, Rick and Mia. And you two make a great pair. So I'm glad
thank
I'm glad you
you.
decided, brother and sister, to do this podcast.
Thank you so much.
Very special.
All right, thank you. We'll be
Thank
talking
you.
to you soon.
Okay, thanks.